How are you doing, folks? This is just a wee recording I'm putting together, just to do with the RLOD red light on the PS3 launch model. Bit of a fucking pain in the arse. My PlayStation started doing it the other day, and I was totally gutted, man. To be fair, I've had the launch model for 7 years, so it's been not a bad run. There's a few things you can do. Bear in mind, these are probably temporary fixes. You'll see a lot of stuff on YouTube and that. But this is a variation on a few of the methods that are on there. I found that this one worked for me tonight. How long it'll last, I don't know. Basically, when you get that RLOD or the YLOD, the red light of death or the yellow light of death, it usually means that your system's fucked, and it's basically a time to get a new one or send it off to Sony. Sony can repair it, but it's quite an expensive repair, and you're talking about 150 quid minimum. Considering you can buy a 120 gig slimline for about roughly the same price. Maybe you know somebody or that can do one a wee bit cheaper even, so it's a no-brainer that you just move on and get the new slimline or the super slim. The only downside is if you haven't backed up a lot of your stuff. Me personally, I put all of my stuff on a flash drive, not USB, so I've not actually got the flash drive on my laptop or that, so I'm going to have to figure out a way of getting it off the flash drive onto the USB. I'm sure somebody I know will have a laptop that's got the facility for doing that. My laptop's quite old. But anyway, I'm going to go through what I actually done to get mine up and running. It's no guarantee that it'll work for you. I mean, there's loads of different methods out there. You can spend hours on YouTube and that and online, and there's guides there, none of them are like, I think once you get these kind of problems, the system is basically telling you that it's time to move on. But if, like me, you want to get I done it purely to get my data, some data that I hadn't already backed up. Most of it was on the flash, I wanted to get a few other things on it, a couple of movies and stuff like that, so this is what I've done anyway. It's been up and running now for about a couple of hours, so we'll see how it goes. I'm under the estimation that it's going to be a permanent fix, and it will probably go again. Obviously, when it does, I'll go out and purchase a new console. I'm not going to buy the PS4, to be fair. I've got a lot of PS3 games. I'd rather kind of stick with the PS3 for the moment. Maybe get a PS4 next year when it's a lot cheaper than that as well, and have the two. Anyway, let's crack on with the what we need to do here. But basically, tool-wise, you don't really need much. Kind of compressed air, Phillips screwdriver, a hoover probably, and a hairdryer. Sounds a bit weird there, but there you go. So what you want to do, first thing you want to try, testing your fans. So switch your system off completely, keep your finger on the eject button, and while it's on the eject button, switch your system on at the back. You'll notice that the fan should kick in and go a bit mental for a minute or two. So just basically check your fans alright. Another thing, good thing about that as well is that they blast up at full rate and give your inside of your system a good blowing as well. Then you turn your PSC upside down and just blow into the rear vents. Get your hairdryer, put it on the warmest setting. Obviously you don't need to touch the plastic, bring it back a bit for the thing, and just roughly about 20 minutes just basically blowing in the back vent there. And what that's actually doing is any solder that's become cracked or maybe partially came away from the motherboard, that should obviously soften up the solder a bit, and when it dries or when it thingies out again, hopefully you get a nice wee connection there to get something. The problem is it's actually a hardware fault in the large PS3 or the launch day PS3. The fans basically couldn't handle what it actually had to do. And when you were getting games like were running high HDD and high definition, etc., and stuff like that, it was the system was struggling. So the Super Slim and the Slim now are a better option. But if you're like me, who's had 6-7 years use out that model, you get quite attached. Anyway, you do your 20 minutes. Once you've done that, your system's nice and hot. So what I done, what other folk had done, was put their hair dryers on cool and done the opposite, cooled it down. I didn't do that. I done my me method where I wrapped it in a towel, nice and tight. I put it in a strong plastic bag. Now I didn't seal that tight. What I done was flipped the top over and taped it. And then what I've done, I put it in the fridge. I know that sounds a bit mental, but I put it in the fridge for about a couple of hours and I left it. And then basically you just go back and after a few hours, take it out, let it sit for an hour. If you use your system previously lying flat, what I done was I put it on its side. Obviously it can be done like that, it's quite stable on its side, and get all your cables and that back in and fire up. Hopefully when you switch it on you should get the green light and everything's good to go. And like I say, I'll reiterate once again, it's not a permanent fix. There's no guarantees that it's going to work for everybody. That method I've just said there worked for me. Before I remember, did I mention about the hard drive? If I did, you can try, prior to doing the hair dryer and fridge method, you can take the hard drive out and get a good blow with the compressed air in there, clean it off. You can either leave the hard drive out when you put it in the fridge, or you can put the hard drive back in. That's another thing you can do. So there's several wee bits and pieces there. So anyway, hopefully that works for you. Worked for me. Like I say, mine's is still up and running there. Let's say, we'll see how long it lasts. For all the things I've seen online and on YouTube and that, all the different methods that people have used, they tend to be just temporary fixes. Basically, what your system's telling you is it's fucked. So, best of luck anyway. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. And happy PlayStation playing.